Welcome to another fantastic tale from the Dream Factory. Today, we bring you the magical story of a brave navigator exploring the vast ocean and a red-haired mermaid who loves to visit the land. Prepare yourself to dive into the mysteries of the deep sea, uncover hidden treasures, and witness a friendship that crosses worlds. Hold on tight. This adventure will captivate your imagination.
The sky was painted in shades of gold and pink as the small boat of Moana, a fearless navigator, glided through the calm waters. The soft sound of waves breaking against the hull mixed with the gentle whisper of the wind that played with her brown braids. Firmly gripping the helm, she adjusted the direction with care, determined to reach Coral Bay, a place few had dared to explore. She was drawn by the ancient stories and legends that surrounded it. There, hidden treasures of the ocean were said to be zealously guarded by its waves. Moana's heart raced. Since she was a child, tales of mysterious and magical ocean creatures had enchanted her. Among all the stories, mermaids fascinated her the most. Singing wise, agile, yet secretive, Moana dreamed of meeting one. If there's anything more beautiful and intriguing than the horizon of the sea, it must be hidden beneath its depths, she whispered, as though making a silent vow. Suddenly, something gleamed among the waves not far away. Moana squinted her eyes. Was it a reflection? Perhaps a piece of coral or a jumping fish? She didn't have time to ponder because the water surrounding her boat began to ripple gently, as though the ocean itself was alive. And then gracefully emerging was a figure, a mermaid. Her bright red hair glimmered under the sunlight, and her dazzling rainbow-colored tail seemed to hold every hue imaginable. But it was her warm and open smile that caught Moana's attention most. "What brings a curious explorer to these waters?" asked the mermaid in a melodious voice that seemed to blend with the sound of the waves. For a moment Moana was stunned. She wasn't sure if she was imagining it, but something about the magical creature was undeniably real. Taking a deep breath, she replied, "I'm Moana, a navigator searching for discoveries. And you're more amazing than I ever dreamed of finding." The mermaid laughed softly, dove quickly, and then resurfaced a few meters from Moana. "I'm Ariel," she said. "And it seems you found more than you were looking for." There was a pause before Ariel continued. "You seem brave. Tell me what brings you so far." And thus began a conversation that felt as natural as a summer afternoon by the sea. Moana spoke of her adventures, the ancient map she followed, the thrill of navigating uncharted waters. Ariel shared stories of her life in the radiant reefs, her friends from the underwater world, and her endless curiosity for the land. "I always wonder how humans manage to create so many things, from boats to castles," said Ariel with a dreamy smile. "Sometimes I climb onto the rocks to watch from afar. I've always imagined what it would be like to walk along beaches instead of swimming all the time." The bond between them grew quickly. Despite living in such different worlds, they seemed to share the same adventurous spirit and boundless curiosity. Ariel tilted her head and gazed at Moana with a sparkle in her eyes. "Do you want to see something truly magical?" Moana, already completely enchanted, nodded enthusiastically. "Yes, please. Show me." Ariel took an elegant dive and swam around the boat as though testing something. Then she pointed toward the horizon. "Follow me. I'll take you to a place few humans have ever seen. But I warn you, the treasure you're about to discover cannot be bought with coins." Without hesitation, Moana adjusted the sails and followed Ariel, who glided through the sea as though it had been made just for her. The path was lined with coral reefs gleaming brilliantly and multicolored fish darting about. Even the air felt different, filled with magic and anticipation. After some time, the boat reached a location where the ocean seemed deeper and more mysterious. There, beneath the surface, glowed a reef that appeared to hold all the stars from the sky. "Welcome to the Reef of Eternal Light," announced Ariel, gesturing theatrically with her arms. Moana was awestruck. The reef emitted golden and violet hues that pulsed like a living heartbeat. "It's beautiful," Moana whispered, barely realizing she was speaking aloud. "Adios, Milid. You haven't seen anything yet. Come with me." With the diving gear she always carried on her explorations, Moana plunged into the water alongside Ariel. At the bottom of the reef, they discovered a hidden tavern. In its center, a massive crystal glowed intensely, radiating a calm but powerful energy. Ariel placed her hand over the crystal's soft light and explained, "This is the heart of the ocean. It maintains the balance of the waters, nourishes the corals, and gives life to the creatures here. It's our greatest treasure, and we protect it with everything we have." Moana was silent, overcome with profound respect and awe. At that moment, she understood that the true treasure wasn't something to be taken, but something that needed to be preserved for everyone. "I promise to care for the sea. It has given me so much, and now I understand how precious it is," she said sincerely. The two resurfaced, and the sky was already tinged with orange and purple, signaling the sunset. As they floated side by side, Ariel looked at Moana and said, "You're different from other humans I've met. I think the world needs more people like you." Moana smiled, "And I think the world would be even more wonderful with more beings like you." When it came time to leave, the two parted with a hug, a promise, and the beginning of a deep friendship. Moana knew that this encounter was just the start of a story full of possibilities.
What an incredible adventure between the brave navigator and the curious mermaid. If you love this magical story, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Together, we can explore new worlds and uncover even more enchanting secrets. What treasures does the ocean hold for us in the next adventure?